Hello world! I'm your host Bunny, and this is Awesomenauts. As you just saw in the upper right corner, I just hit Prestige 3, which gives me a good chance to show off some decent early level Lonestar builds. We are going to go with a control build that is slowing and blinding. We're also gonna get explosion size, ball size, and explosive ball for the sake of it, and the gun we just put something in because we're not gonna put anything in it. Speed, health, and we need to take the money tree this time because we don't have access to the piggy bank. So this will be a little bit harder to pull off because, well, in short, Lonestar's later upgrades are just plain better than his early upgrades. Like Incendiary, Dynamite, adds a dot, does so much more damage. And that's all I could think about at this point, actually. So, oh yeah, the piggy bank also makes a lot. So we're gonna do the standard with the piggy bank, with the money tree in this case. We take the money tree, then we run and pick up money until we have about 150. Then we teleport it back and get the dynamite in this case. We're not gonna go for the ball yet, because first of all we have a Voltar. Second, dynamite with extra stick. The one that gives you 3 dynamites instead of 2 will do the job of pushing in a one lane just well enough without having any issues. So we're gonna take our 2 sticks. These would be 3 sticks from the get-go if we had piggy bank, and here comes the army. Anyways, Voltar standing out in the middle doing his stuff with throwing. I think the Lonestar is probably the easiest and the hardest character to play depending on how you play it. I'm not saying he's the best character, just the easiest and hardest. Simply because when it comes to the easiest bit, if you get the ball, explosion and damage on top of that, you can just throw it out and enjoy doing damage and stuff. On the other hand, if you get dynamite like this, you need to practice throwing dynamites and hitting with them. And a pure dynamite build I feel is quite advanced to play, really. And I enjoy practicing throwing the dynamite around as well, because it feels good to land all 3 dynamites on a Yuri in air while he's pushed back by the ball and dies from it. That's a really good feeling. So all we're gonna do is protect the lane. We're gonna be throwing dynamites around, and as long as we're alone, we're not going anywhere. We can probably chase. Yes, we can. Down goes Froggy G, and hello Leon. That was stupid of me. I shouldn't jump. I should just press down and kept running. That's okay though. I'm still ahead. I'm fine with that. We're gonna pick up the money on the way down. It's always missing too much this time. I don't know why. I would blame it on, ooh, I don't die enough, but we all know that's not the case. Extra stick. That's all we need for now, and I have tried this out and just running with the extra stick on the dynamite, and you can pretty much play a whole game with it if you know your dynamite properly. There we go. Especially this map is especially suited for dynamite. Sure, the platforms, but if you pull it off really well, you pretty much have to clump up your entire opposing team, so if one hits, it explodes and then does damage to everyone in the vicinity, so you can abuse that fact on this map quite well. I'm gonna keep pushing, throwing dynamite, and I hit Leon in the middle of the face there, I think, because they just exploded mid-air. I'm not one to complain though if I can get rid of Leon for a while. We also know that Leon is around, and low on health is never a good idea to be when Leon is around. However, in this whole mess, and I'm at full health, so I'm fine with that. I'm not sure what Leon is doing, but we're not... In this game, we're not gonna be focusing so much on ganking or pushing. We're gonna be trying to do a middle. We're not gonna try to kill everyone, we're just gonna get them out of the lane, because we have enough power to take down turrets very easy, and we have enough power to, with 3 dynamites, get rid of people early game. Or kill them outright in this case, I suppose. Either way, 3 dynamites will take them down to about 40% if they were at 100%, and that makes them fall back quite fast. And if they've already started taking the health around the back, they can't really do that and have to go back to base, leaving me to fiddle around with the tower as much as possible. We're only doing this because we have Voltar with us. Had I not had Voltar, I would have taken the ball as well at this point. I would have gone back. Simply because if you're not getting healed, you pretty much don't wanna have too little of a defense. However, I can always guarantee that I'm at full health when they come back, which means I can always see to getting them rid of them as soon as possible, and then getting health up. And that works. Sadly, Voltar needs to go down for Froggy G. Froggy G gets away, obviously, because he's faster than me. I'm gonna follow him around a little bit anyways. I was hoping someone would have taken all the health, but no luck this time. Missing the dynamite twice, not good. Had I hit it once, I would have been fine. And now we run. This isn't gonna go well, is it? No, it's probably not. Maybe, just maybe. Oh, I get away. I'm lucky this time. And always push out this if you see 3, because else they will not spawn more of them. And we're gonna add blinding to this, and run speed, and the bull. No health just yet, because we have Voltar, so we don't need to worry too much about our health. And that's a good point to spend, good time to spend your points on damage upgrades instead. So Voltar went away, and we can probably, yes we can take her down. Coco getting caught inside the tower with a ball in his face, that's why we got the ball. Blinding also added, so now we can push everyone away as soon as they get close. Because no one likes to fight blinded, and the blind is long enough to be really annoying. Sadly I missed the ball, I should have put it in the other direction. Froggy G running away yet again, and I stay at full health. Voltar is always a good choice to have with you, especially when you're playing Lonestar, because you're not moving too fast, you're not exactly doing a lot of damage, but you can burst quite well. Obviously that burst that I have isn't gonna kill anyone outright, because it does 60 damage, no one has 60 health at full, everyone has 100 or more. But it's enough to scare people and keep them away from you. Let's see if we can do something funny here. Blinding Yuri, getting him stuck, but my burst is out. He's also spent a lot of money on his health, I can see. That also means that he hasn't spent anything on too much damage or his beam. So that's okay with me. We're gonna push him around a little bit and try to keep him out of the way as much as possible. And in his face. And here comes Coco as well. Coco getting away with her slow. Very annoying. Probably shouldn't be running here. No, because that's Froggy G, but Froggy G is on cooldown, so I get away. Let's go back to base and spend our 300. Or what? 280, close enough. We're gonna add slow to this. 2 slows, which is 2 seconds of slowing at 20% speed. Not much, but annoying enough. Had I had my prestige level up, I would have gone with both slows for the bull, which would have slowed people down for 60% for 6 seconds. That's a lot of slow for a long time. No such luck now though, this is for newer players. If you have access to it, I recommend using it. Either way, we managed to push Coco back, and we spent our dynamite in the wrong place, but Coco runs away at least. This is also the reason why you would want incendiary grenades if possible, because they add that little extra oomph to your dynamites and lets you actually kill people with them rather than just push them around. Lonestar is very much a team player, simply not so much because he is very good in teams, but mainly because he's very bad alone. Granted, I could probably upgrade his guns as well, but at that point I would need a whole lot of other things, especially money in the case, obviously. And I don't feel it's viable enough to upgrade a gun before the dynamite, because the dynamite is so useful, as well as the bull. Wasting a dynamite, but getting Clunk in the face. Clunk apparently is slow, and that's not gonna help him too much, thankfully, because it's not upgraded enough. A lot of low health, pushing Clunk away. letting Voltar get a kill on Puck. We're very low on health, but we're gonna stand still and hope no, Voltar is not gonna heal us, so let's go back to base instead and spend our next 200. Which we're gonna spend on more slow. Now we have 3 seconds at 30%. Each second is very valuable, at least according to me, because 1 second when you're really stressed is a lot, 3 seconds is a whole lot. And sending it in the wrong direction again against Froggy G, a bad habit of mine. Froggy G trying to be funny, he runs away at this point, I hope, if he's smart. No, it's not, therefore he dies. Let's go back to base again. Spending our money as soon as possible because we're in the middle of upgrading, so during these, what I would call upgrade runs, when you have, for example, if I just have the ball out, he's not going to be very useful because he doesn't do any damage, nor does he push very well when he's small, and he doesn't have slow. At that point, if I'm starting to upgrade the bull, I want to put the bull out and then as soon as possible go back and spend my money on the next upgrade. If, for example, on the other hand, I'm just upgrading my dynamite, I've gotten my blind and my extra stick, I'm not in a particular hurry to get the last upgrade, which I think was explosion, did I take right? Saving Coco by the skin of her teeth with a ball. So that's why I also like to play Lonestar with the extra stick at first, because that's in itself a very good upgrade, because you can one-shot all the bots, and at that point you don't need to go back very soon, because you also do enough damage to enemies to have them run back and forth all the time. So it's not until they start either upgrading their health or getting too many damage upgrades that you want to run back. So that's probably my biggest tip of the day, that if you're gonna do a build on your own, go for an early a build that has an early boost in effectiveness compared to everything else, so you don't have to go back too often. The extra stick, for example, is that early boost because it adds, what, 20 damage to your otherwise 40 damage. It doubles, not doubles, it gives you 50% more damage for one upgrade that you can get with Piggy Bank as soon as you land. So that's always a good thing to keep in mind for all characters, and I'm quite sure most characters have these things. For Yuri, for example, I would have taken carpet bombing with mines right off the bat. It's not as great as the extra dynamite, but the carpet bombing makes you put out enough bombs around for, or well, enough mines for people to be really worried about moving around, and you can essentially block off certain areas of the map very soon. Compared to, for example, the slow bubble, doesn't do any damage, it's very small, and needs upgrades to be effective. So that would be your upgrade run item in the case. Froggy G trying to be funny again. I'm not talking too much about the game this time because it's not there's not enough happening. I'm very much in control of this game because I have a good setup with Lonestar and I have Voltar standing right behind me at all times. There's very little they can do with the setup they have, and considering the fact that they don't have much teamwork going on, as you can see. I mean, a single... Did my dynamite just disappear? Yes, it did. I threw my dynamite and again, it just disappears. Nice bug there. Very annoying. Let's try again. There we go. Now our dynamite's working again. Should probably report the bug if it hasn't been already. Either way, as you can see, we have these Froggy G and Coco tend to come solo rather than going together, which gives me a very big advantage at this point because I'm very control focused. I can slow and I can blind and I can do it very easily because, well, I've practiced with my dynamite throwing, simple as that. Now we're just gonna stand here and drop dynamite on them and bull if they get too close. We are actually waiting for Voltar to get back so he can heal me up because I don't feel like running back. I know I have 500, but we're not in any position where I need upgrades, and there's very little they can do against us pushing in, and we just let the bots run in. So Voltar is back, health is up, and I have 500 solar that I don't need to spend at this point. That proves that you have a good early build that has been very effective because you've essentially blocked your enemies from getting solars. So they're so solar starved that they don't have any better upgrades than you do. As you can see, they're level 14-ish. Well, Froggy D is level 10 and I'm level what, 19 I think it says. So there's the GG. There was very little to be done. A good Lone Star can starve your enemy enough to not stand a chance. Well, that's it for today actually. You have been my audience, I have been your host, and this has been a really good day. Thank you and goodbye.